Hey guys, it's Jim here. Welcome back to the channel. And today is the first episode of Would I Rebuy This Guitar shot in the new studio. And the guitar we're going to be talking about is an Orville Les Paul Custom. Now there are different models, specifications, and levels to these Orville guitars, which I'm going to get into in a later video, but this was just a standard Orville Les Paul Custom. Now I purchased this guitar because I was in fact in the market for a Les Paul at the time. I hadn't tried any of the PRS single cut versions, and I was just trying to broaden my horizons, so to speak, when it comes to other brands outside of Gibson. And when you factor that in with my history of loving Japanese-made instruments, Orville was licensed by Gibson in the Tarata factory to build these things. So I said, how bad could it be? The price was really good. I think I spent $800 shipped and taxed to the door, and once it arrived, I had absolutely no complaints with it. Now this isn't specific to this guitar, but when you have a Les Paul Custom style instrument and it doesn't have an ebony board on it, it always kind of looks off. The rosewood, there's nothing wrong with it. I like rosewood on the majority of guitars that have it, but on a Les Paul Custom, it just doesn't look right. And it's not like Orville were the only ones to do this. Gibson themselves, when they made their Les Paul Custom lights, I think 2013, 2014, and 2016, all of those had the Les Paul Custom appointments on it, except the fingerboard. Now some models of Orvilles do come with USA hardware and USA electronics. This one did not, but functionally, there were no issues with either of those things. I could definitely see why people would want to replace the pickups on one of these guitars that don't come with the Gibson America ones, because it sounds a little bit dark, especially clean. It kind of dulled out a little bit. But once you throw some gain on and add a little bit of high-end treble onto the amp, oh man, this is a rock machine. When you put on that little chainsaw style distortion on it, you throw it onto the neck pickup, you play some really simple lead notes over it, it sounded like magic. It was a monster. It really captured exactly what it was trying to do. The frets were so good. What's really sad, and I don't mean to put Gibson totally, on the spot here, but I would trust a 20 to 30-year-old Orville over a brand new Gibson as far as quality control and playability right out of the box, pretty much 9 times out of 10. Now as far as cons of this guitar go, I already mentioned I wasn't the biggest fan of the rosewood, but I think that's more of an aesthetic thing. In practice, it worked just fine. Tuning was an issue with this guitar. Now, anytime you're going to have the official Gibson specs on a headstock, there is potential to have tuning issues just because of the string angle and things like that. This guitar definitely had the G problem, the G string. It would not reliably stay in tune after really aggressive playing. Now, if you're used to playing Gibson Les Paul Customs from America, you're not going to have to worry about the weight. The thing is substantial, but some people don't mind playing 12, 13, 14-pound guitars. Me, on the other hand, I don't know, I can't do it. It kind of gives me physical fatigue after about 40 minutes of playing and forget standing up for a set. But overall, I was impressed with this guitar. I think that, especially in this market is so volatile, and things that, in my opinion, aren't worth as much as they should be are really inflated. I'm not sure if this is going to last forever or if this is just going to be the new normal, so to speak. I hate to use that term, but it really does apply here in this context. But used market is just, you have to get creative, and this is a really solid way to get yourself a much better guitar, in my opinion, than a new Les Paul Studio for a lot less money. Just gotta know where to look and be patient. So would I rebuy this guitar? I would buy it in the Alpine White if it was under 9 pounds. So probably not happening. But if you're somebody that doesn't mind the weight and doesn't mind not having Gibson on the headstock, absolutely recommend one of these Orvilles. That's gonna be where I leave you guys. I really appreciate all the support. I know that things haven't been as great as usual as far as my content goes. The move was tough, man. It still is tough. We're still adjusting, but I feel like I'm starting to hit the ground running again, and I have everything I need to get going. Just need a little bit more time and a little bit more adjustment for, the kiddo to really feel at home here, and we'll see what happens. So leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow to start a new week of new videos. Take care.